and we want this to be interactive. Okay, so this morning's panel is procurement opportunities with the city and state. If you're an emerging business and you want to learn more about how to get involved with these agencies, you'll hear that this morning. You'll hear about their programs, and you'll hear about some opportunities also. And we'll have ample time to ask questions at the end. My name is William Parrish. I'm President and CEO of Noble Strategy. We're a construction management firm here in Harlem. And we work with city agencies, but we also have the experts here. We can tell you from experience, but we have the experts here who can tell you how to get into the system. And that's exactly it, how to get into the flow of the system. So I'm going to introduce them and ask them to say just a little bit about themselves and what they do at this particular agency. And then we're going to go into the panel. If you're in the room, you can come in.
Good morning.
Right before we start. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Come on in. Is everybody enjoying the summit so far?
Absolutely.
The good opening session downstairs.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Excellent information. Excellent information. So one of the things they said downstairs is being able to surround yourself with folks who are doing what you want to do, or who are doing who are going where you want to go. And being at this summit is just that. So I'm glad to have you all here. Good to see you this morning. I want to introduce Ms. Suzanne Vieira from the School Construction Authority and ask her to say a little bit about herself, her position at the SCA, and what they do.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Suzanne Vieira. I'm the Senior Director for Business Development at the New York City School Construction Authority. Basically, what my division is responsible for, we outreach, we recruit, we bring new firms in, we certify, we work with firms on getting them pre-qualified to do business with the SCA. We also oversee the technical assistance we develop, we implement, and we oversee the technical assistance components of the mentor program. We bring firms into the mentor program. We do outreach for that as well. And we also oversee the SCA's 20% MWLDE goals. We ensure that our GCs and all of our firms are getting contracts with us. Understand that they have to give back, that there is a goal, and we do oversee that and monitor that. We also, my division is also responsible for the SCA's internship program to ensure that many of our young students are coming in and they are as diverse as possible, and many of the kids that look like us understand and have opportunities to grow and to learn at the SCA and to learn about technology, to learn about engineering, architects, construction, because many times our kids have no idea about the opportunities out there that's involved and that they can actually grow to and get as an engineer or an architect or even a project manager. So we oversee that as well.
Thank you, Ms. Vieira. Next, I'm going to ask Mr. Lash Green from Port Authority of New York and New Jersey to introduce himself and give you a little bit about his agency.
Again, Lash Green with Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. I'm the director of the Business Diversity and Civil Rights Group. Similar to Suzanne, we manage the diversity programs for the Port Authority, which includes doing outreach events like this one. We do the certification of firms. Internally, we work with the various departments to make sure that there are opportunities carved out of our bigger projects for minority women-owned firms. We have a set-aside program for that purpose, but most of the activity is with the prime contractors that have subcontracting goals that we review, make sure that the goals are there. Then we monitor those contracts to make sure that they are utilizing the firms that we intend for them to utilize. We do have a mentor program that we also oversee with our construction management group. All of the big projects right now, the World Trade Center project, we have an oversight committee that I am the chair of that committee, work with the various construction management firms to make sure that they again are adhering to the goals in their contracts, and we will do that for other large projects of that nature. Maybe I'll get into some more of what the office does as we move on.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Next, we have Ms. Cheryl George from MTA.
Good morning, everyone. I'm representing my Chief Diversity Officer, Michael J. Garner, and our program is very similar to what you've already heard. Perhaps a slight difference is that we not only receive state funding, but we also receive federal funding. And I am particularly responsible for monitoring minority participation on multi-billion-dollar contracts. And I'm the project manager, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, for the Mother Clara Hill Bus Depot project right here in Harlem.
Thank you, Ms. George. Next, we have Mr. Walter Maxwell from New York City Small Business Services. Mr. Maxwell.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, my name is Walter E. Maxwell. I'm the Director of External Affairs for the City of New York. On behalf of Robert W. Walsh, my Commissioner, I welcome all of you here today. I represent, I'm here in two fashions. I'm here for the Department of Small Business Services. I'm somewhat of the face and the voice of the City of New York for all services that minority and women-owned companies as well as small businesses can access. We primarily help you to start, operate, and expand your business. In particular, I'm here today in my role as External Affairs Director for the Minority Women Business Enterprise Program. We're here to help you become certified and then access contracts with the City of New York. We help you to build capacity within your business. We help you to identify opportunities within city government. And I think what's important, many of you know, is the City of New York is open for business. We are here to help you every step of the way in your business structure and every endeavor that you may have as a small business. And we have begun to develop new initiatives to help you to do just that. And hopefully one of those initiatives will be for one of you or each of you in this room today.
Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. And last on the panel here, we have Mr. Charles Crosby from the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Charles Crosby. I'm representing the Dormitory Authority Opportunity Programs Group. I'm filling in for our director, Michael Clay, who heads that division. Basically, the Opportunity Program Group is responsible for the maximization of minority women, small businesses in the Dormitory Authority construction project. So that is our goal. I am the MWB Business Outreach and Development. That's what I do. I outreach to contractors, the minority, women, and small, and get them involved in our program. And that's the whole phases of our program, and that's statewide.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby. Now, yeah, interesting, we're talking about city and state procurement. And by a show of hands, how many folks currently have businesses? And how many are currently doing work with city and state agencies? Okay, so hopefully this will be a good panel. In some cases, people feel that the agencies are very, very large, and they don't know where to fit in. You know, once I get certified, that's always the question. What happens after I get certified? How do I actually fit in? I'm very fortunate because pretty much on this panel, I've been able to establish relationships with everyone here, and our firm has had contracts with almost everyone here. But there's something about relationship building. So what I want to pose to the panel is, how do emerging firms get an opportunity to build relationships with folks like yourself? You guys are advocates for the minority business community. So aside from filling the documents in and sending them in, how do they get in touch, in-person opportunities to create that relationship? Let's start with Ms. Vieira.
Well, we're here now, and that's always a good opportunity. Whenever you see organizations similar to the HBA giving these type of events, those are good organizations, one, to get involved with, because they have what we call, they're real advocates for firms like yourselves. They work with many of the agencies. As a matter of fact, Walter is on our diversity board, so he knows exactly what's going on at all times at our agency. So it's always important, number one, get involved with these types of organizations, contractor types of organizations. And number two is, once they invite us to their event, show up, meet us, know who we are, get our cards, call us, make an appointment, come in, say, hey, I would like to come in and talk to you. Come in and, you know, tell us who you are in a very smart, concise, structured way. You know, it's not just come in and just talk about yourself and talk about yourself. Tell me what you can do, because you must understand, every time we go to some of these events, everyone wants to come in and talk to us. And we're doing regular work, running programs, moving things. We just don't always have the time everyone to just sit and talk and talk and talk. Come in, tell us what you do, some research. Get on our website, see if we are the agency for your services. Because it makes no sense to come in and talk to an agency for hours, and then at the end of it realize that this is not the agency I need to be at, because one, they don't procure anything, any service or any product that I sell. So first do your research, go on the website, find out what the agency is procuring, go and look at some of their contract opportunities, look at current, past, future, and then say, hey, I could do this, I could do that, this looks like the right size for me. Look, find out about their programs that they offer, find out how you can get into the agency, how can you contract. Like for instance, the school construction, we pre-qualify. Can you pre-qualify? Do you have your business structure set up in the way in which you can provide us with the information that we need in order to pre-qualify you? So it's always good to understand all of this. When you come in and talk to me, one, you're either in the process already pre-qualified, so immediately, and you're coming in, you're showing me your marketing materials, you're telling me what projects you've worked on, which projects you hope to work on. So it becomes an interactive, because then I can guide you because I understand who you are, and you understand who you are. And you yourself can market yourself, because you are the best advocate for who you are. And you can represent to us in a very good manner just what you can do and how you can do it. So you come in, you spend some time with us, you tell us, and then we can actually see who you are, find out about your business, and find out where your business fits within our agency, and we're better able to help you.
Yeah, similarly, we are, my office, either myself or someone from my staff will attend meetings like this on a regular basis and let you know about how to do business with us. We take it a step further. If you are serious about doing work with Port Authority, we will set up those individual meetings with you where we will initially talk to you about getting certified. We do have a certification process. If you're serious and you start through that process, we'll go to the next level and introduce you to people in our procurement department so that you know who to speak to directly about opportunities and when they're going to be coming out. I think in general what you'll find at the Port Authority and probably most of the other agencies up here is people in our positions really do take seriously getting minority and women-owned firms into the various agencies to do work. It's, we do say a lot of it is on you, but if you make that initial effort, I mean, you already have by coming here today, but if you come into our offices, you're going to get good information on how to do business with the agencies, as well as find out some of the things that, in addition to coming out and talking about our programs, but which ones might actually be beneficial to you. Most of us, I believe, are heavy on construction, but of course there are many other business areas. Port Authority does, as I mentioned earlier, the set-aside programs. We will do that in the goods and services area, in professional services, and construction. We do have a pre-qualification step that firms have to get past first, but for those who do make it through the pre-qualification, we're a pretty good agency to work for.
Thank you, Mr. George. How do we get to know you?
Let me start off by saying that you do not have to be certified as a disadvantaged women or minority business enterprise to do business with the MTA. You can go to our website, mta.info, and click on how to do business with the MTA. Now, having said that, in order to take advantage of the minority business program, yes, you need to be certified, and we do certify companies as disadvantaged business enterprise. That means that you have an opportunity to compete for federally funded contracts. The state certifies for minority and women business enterprises, and the MTA has state-funded contracts as well. We do not, unfortunately, accept city-certified firms. However, if you are city-certified, then the state and our office, for instance, will work with your application to fast-track you to become certified as a DBE through the MTA, and the state is implementing a new program to help fast-track agencies to become minority or women business enterprise. Now, We have contracting opportunities in construction and goods and services, and commodities in a number of different areas. So if you look at our website, you'll have an opportunity to navigate and see exactly the opportunities that we present. I know we get beat up a lot because we raise the fear and things of that nature, but if you can get beyond that, you really can get beyond that and look at us and the opportunities that we offer, and you learn who we are and what we do and the key players that make it happen, then you get to understand us better. Now, from the procurement standpoint, before a contract goes to bid or is awarded, you need to know our procurement people. Downstairs at our table, we have information that lists the staff persons that you would need to get in contact with respect to that. Regarding certification, and from a DBE standpoint, the MTA is one of 4 agencies that do DBE certification. Department of Transportation, Port Authority, Niagara Frontier, but the Port Authority on New York State side for UCP.
We do both sides,
Okay.
but you might be interested in the New York side.
Right, so if you are certified with any 4 of those agencies, you have an opportunity to compete for a pot of federal money. And I think if you do not understand, you need to be very clear on what this represents. You have city, state, and federal. And what that means is there's monies that come from those sources. And in order to participate as a disadvantaged or minority and women-owned business, then you get to compete for that money in those different pots. So if it's a city job and you're not city certified and you want to take advantage of the program, you need to become certified, right? Same thing with the state, same thing with the federal government. Having said that, we also have, and all this information is downstairs at our table, but it's very important that you collect this information. We host a number of events, we participate in a number of events, but the more you come to these events, the more you, let's just say, start with networking first, build relationships second, okay? But we offer classes on the certification process. So you have an opportunity to come and ask questions in a group setting, hear different questions that are asked, to learn what the process is about, because we're not going to give you a one-on-one, right? That's not how we operate. So we operate in a group fashion, and you can come to as many sessions as you need so that you can understand the process, because it is not an easy process, which that's already been explained to you. Now, the other unique thing that we offer, and it's a new program that's pretty much been rolled out over the last year, a little over a year, is our mentor program. And basically what that offers is small businesses and women, state certified women and minority businesses, an opportunity to compete on contracts that have been debundled. So we have a number of multi-billion-dollar contracts that the average small business, minority or women-owned business could not participate in. So what this program has allowed us to do is take those very large projects and take components out of it and pre-qualify firms to say, okay, let's just say Web Electric, just throwing a name out there, for instance, you can be one of several electrical companies that can bid on this particular area of work. And if you're accepted in that program, now you're competing against a smaller pool. So the program allows you to really build your business, to build your credibility, to build your funding, and of course to establish relationships, but to also be able to say that you work for the MTA, right? And again, downstairs we have information on that program, as well. So, again, you do not have to be certified to do business with us, but it is to your advantage to become certified to do business with us.
Thank you, Mr. Maxwell.
Okay. From the city standpoint, the city is vast. We have 80 different agencies. We have 40 mayoral agencies. And it is vitally important that you do become certified. At this point in the game, if you're not certified, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're trying to get work with anyone else. I'm just going to throw that out there. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to get ready. Get the paperwork in order. And that means all the paperwork, whether it's certification, pre-qualification, or what have you. For the city of New York, no, you do not have to be certified to do work with the city, but because of local law 129, which mandates that all city agencies that spend more than $10 million per annum actually have to look to do work with minority and women-owned businesses, it is very important. I think what's important for all of you is the step-by-step process and understanding the process. Meaning that when you go to sign up with any of these programs, whether city, state, anything like that, you have to know your business and you have to be able to convey that to us. I cannot tell you how many times people come and they just put down things that they think are going to get them some work. They don't do the things that they put down. So first of all, I would say to you, only put down when you are registering the things that you are good at, the things you think you can be competitive in, okay, and we'll start from there. The second thing you want to do, again, is to get certified. Once you become certified with the City of New York, then what we do is we try to assess your company, and then we will tell you through our vendor services department. You will get a call, you'll get emails, and you'll start to engage those folks, the vendor service representatives, and they will help you to identify the correct agency, and then the end user. You need to get to the end user. That is the person who's going to be utilizing your product or service. All right? That's what we're going to do. What should you be doing? You need to do your homework. Each and every one of you here. It's sweat equity. You get out of it what you put into it. All right? Don't come to us with your hands out. Come to me and tell me, Walter, I understand this about the city of New York. I understand this about the agency. I need to know more. And what I mean by that is that if you are food concerned, you should already know that you shouldn't be dealing with a DDC, which is a construction concern, okay, and vice versa. So go online and do some homework. If you want to know how much the city of New York is spending and where they're spending their dollars at, do your homework. Go to the Mayor's Office of Contract Services. On their website, there's an annual report, and that report tells you every dollar that the city of New York spends. I'll repeat that. The Procurement Indicator Report. Every dollar the city of New York spends. If you're going to get into the game, know the rules of engagement. Okay? Do your homework. Then you can come to us and we can help you out even further. Now, after that, it's how do I market myself? Many of you come to me or you come to the city entities and you have a card. Your card tells me nothing about what you do for us. Okay? All it has is a name, a number, an address, and sometimes not even an email address on it. All right? Get a capability statement. Develop a capability statement. If you do not have one, put your name and your number and your email address down, and I will send you a sample, and then I will send you a blank template, because that is what we need to know. Exactly what you do and everything else like that. Some work that you've done at other entities, and that helps me to get a better picture of what you do. Because I'm out here representing the whole city of New York. Running up to me is not going to get you a contract. What's going to get you a contract is getting into the right agency and getting to the right person. And that's done by having and knowing the process, okay? And meaning that you can't jump ahead of the game. It means that you have to be certified. It means that you have to have somewhat of a capability statement, and you have to be within our directory and everything else like that. So then, after all of that, we will work with you to help you to assess the right individuals and to open up the door for all these other initiatives. Because you can't even take advantage of all the other initiatives if you don't get it straight in the beginning.
Thank you. Mr. Krosky, how do we learn more and get to know DASNA?
Okay, Dormitory Authority Opportunities Program. We basically have to apply with basically two programs, the set-aside program and the state required 15A. I'm going to concentrate on the set-aside program because that's what I recruit firms, minority and small, into this set-aside program. It's not a pre-qualification program. What it is we have 4 campuses under the City University that's designated as set-aside campuses. That's Hostos Community College and Bronx Community College in the Bronx, York College in Queens, and Medgar Evers in Brooklyn. Now, on these 4 campuses, depending on the volume and the number of trades of our registry, firms that are on our registry, and the service they provide, our unit can designate any one of those contracts that come out in any one of those facilities as a set-aside, usually a small business set-aside. Limits the pool as far as the number of firms that can participate as a prime. We have a project in the Bronx that's the library. It should be completed before the year's out or sometime next year. We broke that project out in about 18 separate contracts, and the bulk of those contracts were small business set aside. Now, the reason we could do that is because we have a registry, and that's where I try to recruit as many minority and women and small firms as possible. Then the goal is to maximize participation, and we do that. We do it better at our set aside campuses, where we can break those contracts out, manageable for the smaller firms. We also can expand this